Once again, sleep refused to come. My mind worked furiously, turning over everything Sin had told me, examining it from every angle. I was a demon. Not only that, but I was the head of a pure-blooded demon clan that was nearly destroyed, my heritage being the reason for Kazuo's continued interest. Gosh. I had decided to stay with the Shinsengumi, but was that really the best idea? Should I have left instead? I'd wanted to stay, of course, and I didn't really think leaving was a reasonable choice, but what if I'd made a mistake? I heard a sound from outside and it made me jump. That sound, could it be?
Yukimura-kun, 夜分遅く失礼します。
I heard Shimada from the hallway. Hi? The door snapped open as Shimada stepped in. His eyes darted back and forth nervously, and his body was tense. Right, so I think the thing that I had in my head that I was thinking happened during the Fury Tech might actually be happening now. Has something happened?
はい。鬼たちが屯所に襲撃をかけてきました。
What?
奴らの狙いは君です。この部屋でじっとしていてください。
But I was the reason they'd come here. How could I justify sitting on my hands while others fought my battles for me? I didn't know what to do. Well, the answer is stay in my room. All right. I'll stay here. So please help everyone else, Shimada. Although I'd only encountered them a few times, I knew just how powerful the demons could be. Alright. I was sure the more Shinsengumi men there were, the chances of their survival were better.
いえ、俺は君を護衛するよう命じられてきました。
Just then, the sounds of blades clanging against one another rang outside the room.
君は部屋に隠れていてください。俺が様子を見てきます。
Alright, now let's see if my brain was right or making shit up again. Okay, please be careful. Natural, huh? Shimada grabbed his sword's hilt on his hip, but immediately after... I feel so much for Shimada every time we reach this part in the game. Ugh. Shimada! I ran to the door to see what happened to him. But what should I do? Remain in the room! Shimada had told me to stay hidden in the room, so I have to obey what he said. But something is definitely happening outside of this room. My hands wouldn't stop trembling from fear.
Yukimura-kun. Yukimura-kun wa iru ka?
It's the best boy! The best boy is here! I heard my name from the other side of the sliding door. It was a familiar voice. Yamazaki-san? Yes, I'm here! Okay, but Shimada is...
分かっている。だが、敵はまだこの辺りにいる。君は部屋の明かりを消して、何があっても声を立てると。いいな。
Hi. Just as Yamazaki-san had said, I blew out all the candles in the room. Just then, I could sense the air on the other side of the door change, and it made my arm hairs stand.
あの娘はどこにいる？
残念だったな。すでに彼女は安全な場所に逃れている。
ではそこをどけ。
断る。この先に行かせるわけにはいかない。
邪魔をするな。
I had heard a giant thud and the room and the doors shook after Yamazaki-san was thrown. And right after, Yamazaki flew into the room. Yamazaki-san!
声を立てるな。
Yamazaki-san stopped me from trying to leave my corner of the room by covering me. Yamazaki and I are in a location where we can't be easily spotted from the hallway. However, I could still sense Kazuma from beyond the door. If we had moved, even just a little, he would be able to find us. In order to save ourselves, Yamazaki and I had no choice but to stay completely still and silent. This is the scene that I was remembering. Oops. The air was so tense that we had to stop breathing. I wasn't sure how long we'd been in the room. Eventually, Kazuma seemed like he grew bored, walking away as the sounds of his footsteps grew further and further away.
奴は言ったか。
Hi. Even though my voice was filled with relief, Yamazaki-san seemed much more unsettled.
くそ、何もできなかった。
No, you've protected me.
この部屋に来なかったのはたまたまだ。俺には奴を倒せるどころか、足止めする力もないのか。俺に力があれば、もっと力が。
After it seemed as though Kazuma was no longer anywhere to be seen, I helped Yamazaki-san stand. He still seemed a little weak, his legs wobbling from being thrown earlier.
今のうちに君は安全なところに、仲間のもとに逃げろ。
No, I can't leave you behind, Yamazaki-san.
俺のことは構うな。
But you're my comrade too. Well, because you're my comrade too, Yamazaki-san. I can't leave my comrade behind.
そうか。俺を仲間と言ってくれるのか、君は。
You're protecting me. You are very dear to me.
ありがとう。考えようによっては、下手に逃げるより、ここにいる方が安全かもしれない。
You may be right.
しかし、状況はどうなっているんだ。
Yamazaki-san peeked outside the room from a window, but we couldn't hear any more swords clashing. However, we could hear footsteps approaching.
雪村君、早く奥に。
But you're injured, Yamazaki-san.
俺は大丈夫だ。君は早く。
As I was shuffling to hide myself in the corner, I saw someone jumping into the room.
おお、雪村君。よかった、無事だったか。
Oh, it's just Gen. Inoue took a look at both me and Yamazaki-san, and he sighed in relief.
怪我はないかい？
I'm fine, but Yamazaki-san...
そうか。山崎君が彼女を守ってくれたのか。山崎君、ありがとう。怪我は大丈夫かね？
ええ、なんとか。それより奴は。
ああ、みんなが頑張ってくれたおかげで追い返すことができたよ。
そうですか。それは良かったです。
もし怪我が大丈夫のようなら、一緒にトシさんのところに行ってくれるかい？
わかりました。俺は副長のもとに君の安全を伝えてくる。君はこのまま部屋にいてくれ。
Hi. Yamazaki-san and Inoue left my room and headed for Hijikata-san. What was most concerning to me was Yamazaki-san's perplexed expression before Inoue arrived. He looked almost upset. I mean, he was up against Kazuma, which was no normal feat, especially for a human. After time passed to the following day. Ohaya, mina.
ああ、おはよう雪村君。ゆうべはよく眠れたかい？
Oh, yes.
無理はしなくていいよ。寝不足なのは顔を見ればわかるからね。
How's Shimada doing?
打ちどころが悪くて気を失っただけだ。怪我は内身程度で大したことはない。今後のタイムにも特に支障はないだろう。
Really? What a relief.
島田君も言っていたよ。役に立てず申し訳なかったとね。
Say it with me now. Shimada needs a root! Poor Shimada. What? I'm the one who should be apologizing to him.
おや、イサミさん、おはよう。どうしたんだね。機嫌が悪そうだが。
Give Shimada a root, damn it.
もともといかつい顔なのに、それじゃ迫力満点だ。雪村君も怖がっているじゃないか。
No, I'm not scared.
別に遠慮する必要はねえぜ。怖いなら素直に怖いって言っとけよ。
But I wasn't saying...
それはすまなかったな。タイはないから許してほしい。
He gave me a tight grin, but then looked down, his face grim. I wonder what was the matter. He's acting different. Please, don't apologize. Please, just tell us what happened.
すぐにわかることだから伝えておこう。
He wasn't just talking to me anymore. The rest moved closer to hear what he had to say.
西本願寺からこれ以上我々がここに留まるのは困ると言ってきた。
We're being kicked out!
それはつまり我々にここから出ていけとそういうことですか？
いや、さすがにそこまで直接的な物言いではなかったな。
まあ、いつかはそうなるんじゃないかと思ってはいたがね。いやはやしかし困ったね。
The monks at the Nishihonwanji temple were imperialists and allies of the Choshu. They've never been fond of the Shinsenkumi, but we decided to force our way into their temple anyway. It was no surprise they wanted us out, but I'd finally begun to feel like the temple was my home. I was sure I wasn't the only one who felt that way.
それにしても急な話ですね。まさか昨晩の騒ぎが原因ですか？
ああ、ここであのような騒ぎを起こされては困るということらしい。察するに長州や薩摩、その辺りからも何か言われているのだろうな。
The ruckus last night was all because Kazuma and his men wanted to abduct me. I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
はは、そうではないさ。もともと無理難題を言ってここに押しかけたのは我々なんだからな。
しかしどうするのですか？屯所移転となるとまた候補地選びからやり直しになりますが。
それについてだがな。移転先の敷地も屯所も全部西本願寺が用意してくれるそうだ。
What?
おお、そりゃすごい。よっぽど我々に出て行ってほしいんだね。
まあ ここは素直に受け取っておいた方が良さそうだな。また忙しくなるぞ。
A plot of land was purchased and a new compound was built, all paid for by the Nishihonwanji Temple. It became the third headquarters of the Shinsengumi, the Fudoto village location. In the new location, there was a big bath where a dozen or so warriors could bathe together, and even a new dojos. The new warriors were clearly excited about it. By the time summer came, the Shinsengumi had left Nishihonwanji, where they spent more than 2 years.